You know we can't do this without you. I know you're going to cry the whole time. And we don't care. We don't care.
I told my daughter, you stand by because I could go finish this or not. I become very emotional.
You can do it.
No, I can't. But anyway, having I gotten older, and you all did not. The beginnings of bands were dull. Because it was Brentwood, I don't know. The school board allotted meager finances, particularly for, I don't know if we can see where I am, particularly for electives, but specifically for band. There was no place to practice, and there was an empty, overgrown field outside of the band room. And Melanie and Steffi and I went home and got our mower, and the ones that were there, the young men that were there, the others, get all the rocks up, we mowed the grass, and then we lined it ourselves, ready for whatever band practice, whatever showed up for band practice. It was the Keith, it was Kirkland, and the Petite boys, the Petite brothers, and Reed, Arkansas, and we three. And there may have been some more, but I don't remember. Everything that summer was such a rush because at the last minute they decided to have a band. Whoop! Didn't give you any money. Yeah. So we prepared. We worked so hard to prepare just to walk on the field and do half of a show because we couldn't get it all done. We kept adding piece by piece until we got the whole thing done. Because some of you had choices, we've been called to encourage you to come. And thanks to those band members who decided to come, your tutelage under Simpson made all the difference for the basics that we need to build something because we didn't have any instructors to come. And I just couldn't understand why we could equip those no-necks. Each opening of each Richardson County High School since then has been given instruments and elegant band uniforms. Not Brentwood. We had to work. We worked and had our own fundraiser to buy the needed instruments, to buy the uniforms that were wash and wear. But it was not a matter of, it was a matter of money, but it was a matter of time because that was July. School started in the latter part of August, and the first game within the month, then the Invitational. So everything was so urgent. Mr. C, when we had the fundraiser, Mr. C with the help of Kruger gave us all of the facility, all of the things that we needed to have the hot dogs and hamburgers or what, to have the fundraiser so that we got to keep 100% of the profit. And we could buy our instruments and our uniforms. Stephanie had we borrowed the drum major uniform from FRA because we didn't have the money for that. Where thank goodness Mr. Williams came from there. And then 3 years later, I made Melanie and Tracy's uniform so that we had that. Anyway, the first football game, oh my goodness. The first football game was played at Northside Middle School. This was the first time that we parents got to see what we had worked for. The band marched single file from the band room to the stands. Now that might not seem much to you, but we had really worked to try to look at this, and we didn't know what y'all were going to look like in our little washing. Stephanie climbed, and I mean literally climbed, on the box for that first show Stephanie it had to be made 4 feet tall because Stephanie was kind of short. Small. And Melanie and Stephanie and I had just finished constructing the box to be collapsible so that we could put it on the table. And we had painted the colors anyway, the blues, and then the beautiful blue on the box. And it was probably just a masterpiece because I keep seeing it turn up everywhere. Junior high school stands were where we played, which I thought, and I'm sorry I shouldn't say it, but it was kind of insulting, that we had to play, to use those facilities that we were not supplied with. And so we had spruced up the stands. Someone had spruced up the stands with yellow paint to designate where the band was to be. And it had rained earlier today. And the paint was not dry. And after the game, you all went to the band room to put your instruments away. And the fluorescent lights revealed a keepsake from the stands. There were yellow butts. And the band invitational was the next morning. So we parents spent a long night getting yellow paint out of those white britches. It seemed that we did everything that year. At the last minute, we realized that we had no banner to carry at the Christmas parade. I worked day and night to sew what I consider to be the most beautiful banner I've ever seen, to be debuted at Franklin, 82 Franklin Christmas Parade. There were many more memories from Mr. C and I. I can't do this stuff. But the overriding lesson that's come from those first years have given you the strength and the Christian character. I'm such a whip. That has served, I've given you the strength and the Christian character that has served you well through the years. Not that there were not friends made in later years at band, but those initial infant young people forged special bonds that have lasted through the years. I feel fortunate to have been a mother again, and I thank each of your shining faces for letting Mr. Sienna be on the beginning. Ooh. And I wish for you a wonderful life and as many wonderful memories as y'all have given to us. All right.
I don't know what you were worried about. That was probably the best thing we've had all night long. That was fantastic. There are a few people that we wouldn't have a band if it wasn't for a few people, and if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't even be here tonight. And I don't mean that. We're going to the $1,000 that McGavick paid for their band fees. I think 80% of that was to rig the Contest of Champions. I'm sure that's the case. Pretty sure it's it. We're going to watch this. This is good and long because there's like 600 something pictures in here. So just settle in, enjoy it. Some of you guys actually voted on the top hits from 82, 83, 84. That's where we got the soundtrack from. You're going to love it. It says, Art, I know you're already just like, I just can't wait. And then we're going to wrap it up real quick in the end. Yes, Rufus?
I just want to make one point. Everything we've done tonight has been marching band. And marching band was not my forte. As I encouraged Terry to be in musicianship, Terry told me recently, I've forgotten what year it was, Terry, 87, I imagine, we had more students in the all-state band than anybody in any school in the whole state of Tennessee. That's an accomplishment. That's musicianship. Thanks.